WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. This is really cool. I mean, we don't often get national championship trophies here in the studios at Indiana in the morning, but we have one this morning. Seth Erwin is the coach of the IUP Rugby team, which over the weekend won the national championship. We want to talk about that run. And Seth, you brought one of your players with you.
Yeah. I brought Captain RJ Beach.
RJ, good to see you. You got to carry that trophy, and have you actually allowed anybody else to touch it in this last week?
Yeah, the whole team.
Everybody's got their chance, huh?
Yeah.
But it's not like the Stanley Cup where you all get to take it for a day.
No. I think this one's gonna kind of get secure. It's probably gonna live at ours, to be honest.
Yeah.
With most of our rugby trophies, so
yeah,
it's pretty exciting. You know, it was funny. I was walking through the airport with it, and just like I was like personal security for the trophy. I got near it. I was like, get away.
Our conversation this morning is brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. You want to get a look at this trophy, you can visit our Facebook page right now. We're streaming live. And so, RJ, you're involved in this, of course, over the weekend. You're captain of the team, and you get there to New Orleans. And I don't know what coach has told you about what to expect, what to anticipate about this tournament, but was it what he said it was going to be?
I think it was more than what it really was. Like leading up all the way through the year, he's like, we have a chance to go here and play and everything. And then, like you said, as soon as we touched down, it just all like smacks you in the face. It's like, wow, you're actually here. First game was a lot closer game than what we thought. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, that's when it like finally kicked in. I'm like, all right, we're going to be here for the long run, I think. And then we ended up winning it all. So
was that first game you're talking about, the game on Sunday, the quarter?
No, that was
another one.
Pool play on Saturday. Play. So we had 3 pool plays Saturday. We played University of Minnesota Duluth, Bentley University, and then we had a rematch with the Citadel, who we lost to 7-5 in Wheeling in one of the just lead-up tournaments. For the players, the first match was 1,000% nerves. So we talked about it, weather in a storm, it's going to be the big stage. You're going to see 4 fields set up and, hundreds of teams, and it's going to be just play rugby.
Yeah.
Don't think that, hey, we're at the national championships, just play rugby. And that first match was, you could tell. We got disjointed on defense. Mm-hmm. We were giving gaps, and it was definitely one of those at halftime, like, guys, calm down. We're fine. We're playing okay. We have another gear. Let's get there. So they turned it around that second half, and then the next match, I think, kind of eased our nerves against Bentley, where we scored pretty quickly, and then we just kept scoring.
Yeah.
And then the last match of the day was against the Citadel. We, at that point, knew we were moving on because the top 2 teams moved on. Mm-hmm. 2-1 gets you through. So for us, it was, all right, revenge tour time. We want to play Citadel well. We played them pretty well the first time. We matched up very well technically and skill-wise. Mm-hmm. And then ultimately this match ended with them missing a conversion. The first one, we missed the conversion. So it kind of flip-flopped. And that night at the hotel, I was like, well, we'll probably see them again in the finals.
Yeah.
So it was definitely exciting.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. So this is unfolding before you. And as you said, Seth, all of these teams that were there, because it wasn't just Division II. There are 4 divisions overall?
Yeah.
4 divisions overall. All the teams that are there for them. Kutztown, of course, in the Premier Division. Yep. And they won their national title.
They played phenomenally. Yeah.
Did you guys play them this year?
No. We played their second or third side at one of our tournaments at Clarion. Mm-hmm. The ARU championships, they brought down their second and third side, trying to get a gauge of who was going to bump up to that premier team. We played them, but you could tell it was not the 2 sides, any of the guys that really were going to be down here for that weekend. So
take me into Sunday and UNC Wilmington.
So Sunday, UNC, it's absolutely the most bizarre rugby match I've ever been involved in. We went down. We knew we could score quickly. We had very dynamic players. So as the match was playing out, the first half ended with a try in a very far corner. And in rugby, you don't kick from the center of the field like football. Yeah. You kick from wherever you touch it down. So our kicker, Barry, slotted it. It was a great kick. Bennett threw perfectly. We go into halftime, kind of riding a little bit of momentum. Second half comes out. It's pretty sloppy play. I think it being middle of the day, it was way hotter than what we, from PA are used to. So RJ had a phenomenal play where he broke a bunch of different tackles and was able to fend really well, used a stiff arm to fend off defenders and scored right beside the post. From our advantage point, we saw the kick get slotted. We saw the assistant referee raise the flag when he ran past. He had told the official scorekeeper that it was a good kick. At that point, I think we're down 19-14. So we know we have to go quick to score, so we kind of rush. The ensuing kickoff, we win it. We end up phasing. I think we knocked it on, and we won the ball back. And then I can't remember who scored.
Dom.
Was it Dom? Dom Holmes on the edge was able to score in center. So that kick ended up being good.
Yeah.
So for us, and, I'm kind of a nerd, so I keep tracks of scores and who's, scoring and kicking.
Good thing you did.
And timing. So I had 21-19. The ensuing kickoff, we lost it. We ended up having very good defense to be able to jackal the ball back. Like a jackal's almost like the guy hits the ground and you steal it really quickly. Yeah. We were able to do that. Win possession. I'm standing on the sideline screaming, maintain it, and then kick it out. We kick it out. We start cheering. And then the other team's coach goes, I don't know why you guys are cheering. It's 19-19. I'm looking around. I'm it's absolutely 21-19. So there was a bunch of confusion. And then a tournament like that, they're very set on timeline. Mm-hmm. So if we had to play overtime, we had to do it ASAP. So officials kind of rushed us off the field and were like, you got to go play. You got to go play. If you don't play, you forfeit. And I'm like, can't you just review review with all the referees? I mean, at this level, there's 4 referees on the field that are all kind of in charge of keeping score and knowing what the field is. And I knew he had 21 because the official scorekeeper who had the clipboard had it marked down 21. And he even asked me who made the kick. So I was very confident that we had 21. We unfortunately ended up playing in overtime where we had some bad things happen where we got carded and Seven's cards kind of fly around, like candy,
sure.
You get one. So we ended up getting carded, being a man down. Wilmington was a great team. Uh-huh. They're very skilled. They had, a mix of skill and size. That's why it was 21-19, right? So it was one of those, we played it out. We ended up losing the overtime thing, but then NCR came over great that played out, but we need to talk. So we sat there for, it felt like 3 days. Mm-hmm. I think it ended up being 45 minutes. And then they came back, pulled the coaches together and said, after reviewing it with all of the, referees involved, it should have ended in regulation 21-19. And we're sorry that you actually played in overtime. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what made it worse is, we won and then we lost and then we won again.
RJ, you guys must have been just beside yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most nerve-wracking experiences I've had in my life. Like he said, took about 45 minutes. He texted me saying that he got called back, and the whole team was in the stadium, and we just packed all of our stuff, and we just started running over to hear the news and everything. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It worked out in the end, but not without a little bit of heartache right leading up to it. That gets you to Monday.
Yeah.
That gets you the chance to play 2 matches, a semifinal and then the final. And they were 2 entirely different types of games, weren't they, Seth?
Yeah. Yeah. So the first game against you and I, again, at this level, every team was phenomenal.
And they're really good.
They're really good. Really, really good. They had a couple really stud players that were dynamic, and we knew we kind of had to bottle them up. I think Sunday kind of led to us learning about what we were bad at. Mm-hmm. So being a man down, we had practice it. Going into Monday, we talked about it. We have to stay connected as a defense. Give ground. If we're down a man, let the overload happen on the edge. Don't give it up in the middle, because if you give it up in the middle, they're going to score. So give it up on the edge, push to the side, and then we learned from that. So we went down a couple times in UNI, unfortunately gave up 2 penalty tries, which may be the first rugby match again I've ever been involved in where you've given up 2 penalty tries.
Sure.
I've seen a penalty try, but not 2 in the same match. But I knew we had that 8-point gap. For us, that was huge because we gave a penalty try, we scored another try. We gave a penalty try, we scored another try. So we kept that gap. And then when it came down towards the end, I knew if we just played good defense, which we were a very good tackling team all year, we could smother them and hopefully force a mistake. And they kind of got out of their attack a little bit and kind of threw the ball around. And then we were able to we called a shooter. We were able to shoot on them to force an error, which ended the game. Going into then the championship against Lander, again, another phenomenal team. That was the slowest time ever.
Did you see that coming, though?
I knew that it would feel like an eternity. I didn't think that it would play to really a 12-7 match. We scored right there at the very end to kind of seal it. I didn't think it would be a 12-7. I thought it would have been, again, like another 24-21 because both teams could score. Both teams were scoring all weekend, and then we get against each other, and it's just like everybody brought their best defense.
Yeah.
So, for us, I don't know if I had anything really to do with it at halftime, but, my halftime talk was, we're great with going edge to edge. Somebody has to take a chance. We've said it since fall. We use the phrase don't blink. That's more of a just focus, keep your eyes open, live in the moment. So I don't know if you re-listen to the tape, you just hear me screaming at the top of my lungs, don't blink.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then after that, we started hitting our channels and hitting our gaps and we started getting longer runs. And then Colton came back looking like a pirate. And then he was able to hit off a big run that kind of sealed it, started the comeback for us. And in sevens, if you win the restart, you win the ball. So after that point, I don't think Lander touched the ball after Colton scored that try. So
amazing stuff.
It was great.
Just amazing stuff. We only have, less than a minute left now here. RJ, I want to ask you this because I ask this of football coaches a lot and basketball coaches. Think back to the first time you got this group together as a team and to where you ended up with the national championship. That's a heck of a lot of progress, isn't it?
Yeah, coming into fall semester, we had we barely had a team, and now we're national champions. So we came very, very, very long way throughout the entire school year, season, and everything. So yeah.
National championships at IUP are not a common thing.
No.
We've got some great sports teams that really work hard and come very, very close. You guys did it all. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So good to have you in the studio with us today, too, to celebrate.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Folks, again, look on our Facebook page. You can see this gorgeous national championship trophy won by the IUP Rugby. Good stuff. Gentlemen, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.